Hey guys, it's Rochelle here for the Book the Beevologist channel, and I'm back with another video. Now, this video, as you can see from the title, will be about the different ways that there are to sell hair. Now, if you're new to my channel, I would suggest, if you haven't already, subscribe and go through the rest of my videos, kind of binge watch my videos to kind of see what I talk about on my channel. Those of you who are subscribed to my channel, you know all about the topic of how to find a vendor. I'm sure you're probably well on your way to finding a vendor if you haven't already. But I really want to talk about the different ways to sell hair because I get a lot of questions and I still get a lot of concerns about the hair vendor search and how to start a hair business and all of that. So again, in this video, I will just be talking about some of the ways. There are definitely other ways, and they're combinations of all three. Also, I really want to state that I'm not saying one way is better than the other. You have to make the ultimate choice for your business, okay? But I just want to do this video to give you something to think about if you haven't already chosen a way to sell hair, okay? So the first way that most of you have probably heard of is drop shipping. Now, every now and then I still get a question about drop shipping. Hopefully this video will answer that. I do not offer drop shipping, but most people do drop shipping or sell hair in that way because they don't want to have stock on hand. The thing about drop shipping, and typically drop shipping, if you're dealing with a drop shipping company, they will house the hair for you. They will keep the hair in stock and they will do the shipments for you. That's basically what drop shipping is. Drop shipping is nothing new, but it's become popular because some people just frankly don't have the time. They don't have the interest in starting a business. They just want to get some residual income. Now, if you don't know this, most people who get into drop shipping, they already know this, but you don't keep all of your profit. The company gives you a percentage of the sales, okay? Or some businesses do certain different things, but a lot of drop shipping companies, you have to pay them a fee as well. So you have to do the number crunching and what works best for you. Again, every drop shipping company isn't created equal. Some of them are different. Some drop shipping companies will handle everything for you. They'll handle the website. They'll handle packaging. They'll handle shipments. Some just simply just do shipments. Some do a variety of all of those combined. Some will give you a website, some won't. Some will do custom packaging, some won't. So you just have to find one that works best for you and what you are trying to do. Now, a lot of people are doing this because, like I said, it's a passive income method. Passive income is very popular these days with all different types of products. So hair is no different. So if you are looking for something more passive, you don't want to be involved in the day-to-day processing of the hair, shipping the hair out, dealing with vendors and all that, then drop shipping will be for you. Now, one con to drop shipping is choosing a company that does not know what they're doing. Simply put, there are a lot of companies out there, and again, I'm not saying this because I don't offer drop shipping. I'm not trying to badmouth drop shipping, but facts are facts. There are some companies out there that have no experience in drop shipping. So you want to choose a company that knows how to ship the hair out properly, that has a shipment schedule, that knows how to deal with UPS, USPS, FedEx. That's typically what people use to ship their hair out. So if there's a delay in the process or there's a hiccup in the process, heaven forbid, that they send your hair to the wrong person. Again, I'm not trying to say that that's going to happen to you, but it could. So you want to choose a business that has a track record of also selling quality hair. And like I said, I really want to reiterate that you want to choose a company that has been in business for a while, at least 3-4 years. Don't choose a company that just started today or yesterday because this is just my opinion. I'm trying not to put all of my opinion on these topics, but I've seen it happen before where companies just start out. They haven't worked out the kinks yet. They probably are well-meaning. I don't think they're trying to scam anybody, but they just haven't worked out the kinks yet. Choose a company that has a track record of selling quality hair and also have great customer service, because they are going to deal with your customers for you. Typically, some drop shipping may allow you to deal with that. Like I said, there's different variations in that model. Okay, so keep that in mind if you're going to do drop shipping. Okay, now the next method is a very popular method that most people do. It's called pre-selling, pay as you go, send out as you go. It's basically the method of you getting the orders from your customers from online, from your website or your Instagram or what have you. Then you contact your vendor, you get the hair from your vendor, and you send it out to your customer. Now, this is a very popular method for those of you who don't want to keep a lot of stock on hand, but you want to be a little more involved in the business. You want a little more flexibility. You really want to be able to, communicate with your customers. You want a little more hands-on control of your business. So some people choose pre-selling because of that method. Okay, so like I said, you will get the orders from your customer. Let's say a customer ordered 2 bundles. You would then contact your vendor. Your vendor will give you the hair, will send you the hair, and you will send it out to your customers. Now, in theory, it's very streamlined, but the cons are the cons, and I'm going to share some of the cons with you. Now, most people who sold hair in the past, they've done this method. I've done this method. A lot of people have done this method. And then, like I said, you don't want to really do this method if you want to be hands off. You want to choose drop shipping. But if you want a little more control and you're trying to pre-sale, I want you to understand that you have to keep several things in mind. Understand that customs can hold your hair. Now, I'm not trying to scare you. It typically does not happen. It's rare that it happens, but it can happen. Usually it's something on the vendor's end. The vendor didn't claim the hair properly. They didn't do something properly on their end. Sometimes the people in claims, not claims, but in customs, they could be, they decide that they're having a bad day this week, and they want to be, difficult and hold your hair. So typically that does not happen. I'm not trying to scare you, but it typically doesn't happen. Out of 10 years of me selling hair, it probably only happened one time. Luckily, I was at the point where I had more hair in stock, and that wasn't down to my last hair. But keep that in mind, okay, if you want to pre-sale. Also, you want to make sure that you stay on top of when your factory that you're dealing with shuts down. Now, all factories shut down at certain times. Indian companies have different schedules than Chinese companies. Chinese companies have different schedules than Vietnamese companies, and so on and so forth. There's other companies in Asia that sell hair. So you want to make sure that boils down to communication with your vendors, okay? Because you don't want to have your hair stuck in limbo because your factory is shut down for the holidays. Again, they have different holidays than we do, okay? So keep those lines of communication. Also, if you're going to do pre-selling, you want to choose a vendor that is going to produce the hair at a timely rate so that you can get the hair sent to your customer in a timely rate. You have to keep in mind, it takes about 2 to 3 days for your hair to come to you from Asia to your doorstep and then send to your customer. So you have to keep that in mind. You have to put that in your shipment policies, okay? You got to let your customer know approximately how many days it's going to take for them to get the hair, okay? You have that clear as day on your websites, okay? Make sure you say that. Now, your customer doesn't need to know why, but they need to know that this is when they're going to get their hair, okay? Also, you want to make sure that you still want to stay on top of the other processes of your business. Now, if you don't want to do all that, if you don't want to handle customer service, if you don't want to handle phone calls and answer emails and things like that, then pre-selling may not be for you. You may want to just deal with dropshipping, okay? Now, the thing about pre-selling, and a lot of people get nervous about pre-selling, is because they don't know what type of hair to have in stock, okay? A lot of people choose pre-selling because they don't know how many bundles they want to buy all at one point, or they may not have the funds to buy all the hair that they want to have in stock at one time. Now, if you're selling bundles, I understand that. Also, if you're selling closures and frontals and wigs, I understand that. But if you will also keep in mind that you don't have to sell everything. Okay, a lot of people get overwhelmed because they think that okay, I need to sell 10 inches, I need to sell 30 inches. You don't have to sell every type of hair. All you have to do is purchase an amount of hair that your customers in your demographic are going to purchase. Now, I understand when you first start out that you may not know that, but that boils down to doing some research, to finding out, to having conversations with people in your day-to-day life, what kind of hair that they purchase. Typically, younger people will purchase longer hair. Women of a certain age will typically not purchase 30 inches of hair. If they're in their 40s and 50s, they're typically not going to order 30 plus inches of hair. And I will tell you this, even though you see Nicki Minaj or someone else with that, does not mean that your customers are going to buy that from you. Most of your customers have 9 to 5s. They work. Unless you're dealing with exotic dancers or things of that nature, they're not going to purchase hair that long. Most people have, they work. So you can't have that long hair at your job, typically. Now, if you're self-employed, then yeah, you wear whatever you want to wear. But most of the people who are purchasing hair from you have jobs, they work. So they're not going to order extremely long hair. So don't stress yourself out thinking that you have to order everything. Again, most people who get weaves, they're not going to get 8 inches or 10 inches. Most people who get extensions want people to see that they have extensions in their head, okay? Gone are the days of people who are afraid that somebody's going to find out that they have weave. That was back in the day. Today, most people are going to order hair that is shoulder length or longer. Okay, now that's going to bring me into purchasing wholesale. Now, of course, I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to be biased. I'm not trying to sway you in that way. Even though a lot of my videos are about finding vendors and purchasing wholesale from overseas, what I want you to understand is you don't have to sell every type of hair. They will purchase what you sell. Okay? So if you have 16, 18, and 20, they will purchase it. Now I'm gonna give you a little tip, little insider information. You're still gonna get people, because you get people asking you questions about the hair, does not mean they're actually going to purchase from you. So I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. When you put your 16 and your 18 and your 20 inches on your website, you're going to get people that ask you, do you sell 14 inches? I don't see 14 inches on your website. Do you sell 22 or 24? I don't see that on your website. And a lot of people get those questions, they get frustrated and get upset. A lot of those questions, people are just asking you to ask you that. They're not trying to purchase hair from you. Now, I'm not saying you should not answer those questions, but tell them, hey, when I have that in stock, I'll put you on a wait list. I currently am out of stock of that length. I will contact you when I have that in stock. So I'm going to tell you, if you get a lot of questions, if you get a lot of interested people who want 24 inches, that's one thing. But if you get questions every now and then about, oh, do you sell 30 inches of hair? Most people are not going to buy that. So don't let people's questions sway you in purchasing a bunch of hair that's not going to move, okay? If you put 16, 18, 20 inches on your website, someone will buy it, okay? You don't have to sell, especially if you're in a younger demographic. If you're young yourself, if you wear weaves, you probably are not going to wear 10-inch hair, right? So don't purchase 10 inches. If you are, young and you probably aren't going to wear bone straight hair, don't order a lot of bone straight hair. You put it on your website and you don't have a cluttered. Sometimes if you put too much stuff on your website, people get overwhelmed and they click off. But if that's the inches you have, people will buy it. I'm sure you've been to Walmart and you've been to a certain retailer and they've only had certain colors in stock. I guarantee you people still are going to shop at that Walmart. They're going to purchase those colors that they have in stock, if that makes sense. So don't get overwhelmed and think that you have to have a beauty supply store. You have to have all the links on hand. That's not That's not what you need to focus on. So you can purchase 8 bundles of hair, you know, and have that in stock. Now, what I would suggest to you when you first start out is to do a combination of two methods. If you want to be hands-on, if you want to be involved in your business, I would suggest you do these two things. When you first start out, if you get anxious about what to purchase, when you first start out, use a second method. Okay? Do pre-sales. And then gradually take the money that you make doing your pre-sales. Don't pocket it and go to the mall. Take that and buy some more hair. Okay? That way you'll have hair in stock, and then you have a way to gradually expand your business that way. So do a combination of the two. Do your pre-sales to get an idea of what people are purchasing, and then expand. Take the money that you make, put it back into your business, and then purchase some more hair so you have some hair in stock. Okay, so collect data from your pre-sales and then purchase your wholesale from there. So that's what, if you're still confused on what to do, I would say do a combination of those two. Okay, if you completely don't want anything to do with the hair, then do drop shipping, but do your research. Okay, do your research on the best wholesale company out there. Even though you're not touching the hair, even though you're not doing the day-to-day shipments of the hair, you really want to make sure that, because the customer does not know that you're drop shipping, so all they know is they got the hair from you and it's crappy hair. Okay, so really keep that in mind. Also, if you're doing the last two methods, I really, really want you to get on the right foot. You really have to source quality hair, okay? Either method that you're going to do, if you do a combination of those last two methods, you really, really want to offer quality hair, okay? So when you do your sales, play around with your prices and all of that so that you can have better success in selling hair, okay? So hopefully that answered your questions on what method works best for you. Of course, if you need any more suggestions, if you have any questions, hit me up in my comment section. If you want me to expand upon this topic, I'll do another video, because this is just, a 20-minute video, so I can't cover every single little thing, but I want to give you something to think about in the process. Okay, guys? So again, this has been Rochelle for the Wealthy Vivologist channel, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.